Let me tell you the truth. They can't sabotage what they can't see. You keep wondering why your progress stalls every time you start, why your focus crumbles, why the momentum dies the moment you announce your next move. It's because exposure invites interference. When you let everyone in on what you're building, you give them power they didn't earn. You open the door to opinions, criticism, doubt, envy, all of it. But when you're invisible, you're untouchable. You ever seen a sniper broadcast their position before the shot? Of course not. Silence is part of the strategy. Hidden is part of the win. The more they see, the more they can sabotage. So don't show them everything. Let them wonder. Let them doubt. Let them talk. Because while they talk, you build. Real growth isn't loud. It's not performed. It's not posted. It's not shared in stories or captions. Growth is quiet, private, messy, lonely. It happens when no one's looking, when no one's cheering, when no one's clapping. And that's exactly why it works. Seeds don't grow under spotlights. They grow underground, in darkness, with pressure, in the silence of dirt, and so do you. The gym is empty before the transformation. The business is broke before the breakthrough. The mornings are early, the nights are long, and nobody sees it. That's how it should be. Because when you build in silence, you're not influenced by their reactions. You're not adjusting your goals based on applause. You're locked in. You're ruthless. You're building for impact, not attention. Before the tree rises, the roots reach. Before anyone sees progress, the foundation is being formed, quietly, steadily, deep beneath the surface. If you want to rise high, you have to grow deep. That depth, the strength to endure, the focus to stay disciplined, the mindset to execute daily, that all happens in the shadows. But here's the problem. Most people want to be seen too soon. They want credit before they've earned it. They want support before they've struggled. They want respect before they've built something real. That's not how this works. If your roots aren't deep, the moment the storm hits, you fall, you break, you disappear. So let the world think you're inactive. Let them think you've quit. Let them count you out. Because every second you stay hidden, you're growing stronger beneath the surface. And when it's time, you'll rise. Not slowly, not softly, but violently, unapologetically. Like a tree that spent years in silence and now dominates the skyline. Let them wonder. Because when you finally show them what you've been building, they won't believe you did it in the dark, but you did. And that's what makes it real. You ever try to cook something and open the oven too early? The heat escapes, the progress dies, the meal collapses. That's exactly what happens when you expose your goals too early. You let people into something that's still fragile, still forming, still vulnerable, and they poke at it, question it, distract you from it. That exposure too early, too often kills potential. Your ideas are sacred. Your ambition is sacred. Don't treat it like entertainment. Don't give every update. Don't chase likes for your process. Because every time you share prematurely, you leak energy. You leak belief. You let the world infect what should have been protected. Early stages are delicate. You're forming identity. You're trying new methods. You're wrestling with failure. And in those moments, the wrong voice can shatter everything. A joke, a comment, a look. One moment of doubt from someone who doesn't even understand your vision can spiral you. That's why you protect the process. You don't share your strategy with people who've never built anything. You don't seek approval from people who gave up on themselves. You don't invite questions when you're still answering your own. The process is not a product. Don't display it like one. Shield it, nurture it, let it solidify before anyone gets a glimpse. You know when the right time to share your work is, when it's done, when it's too late to be stopped, when it's bulletproof. You hide it until it's untouchable, until no opinion can dent it, until no rejection can derail it. That's how professionals move. They don't talk, they deliver. They don't tease progress, they present results. Be that. Let the world stay in the dark while you get stronger, faster, smarter, better. then show up and dominate. No warning, no preview, just proof. That's the power of invisibility. You protect your potential by keeping it private. There's a season in life when you need to disappear, not because you're hiding, but because you're healing. Not because you quit, but because you're constructing. Growth requires withdrawal from noise, from people, from expectations. You don't owe the world your presence while you're rebuilding. You owe yourself the silence to focus, to break, to restructure, to rebuild something stronger. Think of the cocoon. It's tight, it's dark, it's unseen, but inside it, a transformation is happening. Nobody praises the caterpillar for going silent, but when the butterfly emerges, they all admire it. Privacy is your cocoon. Go there. Stop telling them what you're doing. Start becoming what they never saw coming. The world doesn't need another working on it post. It needs results. It needs people who vanish and come back undeniable. You owe no one an update. You owe yourself mastery. While they scroll, you train. While they talk, you build. While they share, you sharpen. Let them wonder. Mastery doesn't ask for followers. It demands solitude. It grows in darkness, in obsession, in focused repetition. That's how power is built. You can't truly obsess when eyes are on you, because when people are watching, you're performing. You're second guessing. You're adjusting. You're seeking feedback instead of progress, but in private, in silence. That's when obsession breathes. That's when you can repeat the same task 1,000 times without applause. That's when your habits lock in, your thoughts sharpen, your mindset matures. You go from interested to unstoppable. Let the world post. You disappear, and when you come back, they won't recognize you. Because privacy doesn't just protect progress, it amplifies it. You didn't grow because they watched. You grew because they didn't. You don't have to announce every win. You don't have to explain every step. You don't need to tell the world what you're about to do. You just need to do it. The culture today pushes visibility. If it's not posted, it didn't happen. Wrong. The best work is done in silence. The best transformations are private. The most dangerous progress, the kind no one saw coming. Stop leaking energy by broadcasting your every move. You're not here to impress, you're here to impact. And impact doesn't need updates, it needs results. Mastery is boring, it's repetitive, it's invisible, it's thankless. And that's why most people never get there. They're too addicted to attention. But you're different. You don't care if they see you practice. You don't need an audience while you sharpen your blade. You master in silence, hours, days, weeks, months. You don't need recognition, you need reps. And when you reveal it, it's not a trailer, it's a takeover, not a preview, a performance. Let the impact speak for you. Let the quality shout what your mouth never had to. You're not proving anything. You're just showing them what work done right actually looks like. People don't need to see your sweat. They don't deserve your pain. What they need is the product of it. Let them see the final version, the delivered result, the sharpened outcome. They don't have to know how many nights you cried, how many times you failed, how long it took. Let them see the mountain, not the climb. Let them see the transformed body, not the early mornings. Let them see the business, not the breakdowns. The process is for you. The outcome, that's what shakes the world. And when they ask, how did you do it? You'll smile, because they'll never understand. They didn't see the darkness, they only saw the fire. Your vision isn't public property. It's not a group project. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Not everyone should know your next move. You sit down, you get excited, you share your goals. And then what? They doubt you. They change the subject. They throw in their fears, their limits, their insecurities, and suddenly you feel smaller, weaker, less certain. Why? Because you gave VIP access to people who haven't earned it. Your vision is fragile in the beginning. It's a seed, a whisper, and you don't hand seeds to people who trample instead of water. Protect your planning table. Some seats need to stay empty. You can't build something solid in the middle of noise. Every voice you let in becomes a variable. Every comment becomes a distraction. Every opinion becomes a detour. You need silence, space, clarity. I build where the world can't interrupt you, where opinions can't sway you, where the noise dies and the vision lives. Think of the greats, the best builders, the best creators. They disappear before they dominate, because building in noise produces shaky results. Building in silence produces monuments. You don't need their commentary. You need your conviction. You want to complete the mission. Then you better learn to protect the mission. Not with noise, not with arguments, not with motivation, not with motivation posters, with boundaries, with structure, with secrecy. It's not about hiding forever. It's about hiding long enough to make it real. You protect what you value. You protect your house, your money, your time. So why aren't you protecting your future? That's your vision, and it only survives if you keep it close. Keep it safe. Keep it guarded from the casual, the careless, the confused. Your dream isn't a billboard, it's a blueprint. Keep it locked. Build it in the shadows. Let the results do the talking. Section 5 complete. Continuing now with, they don't see you. Good. They're not calling your name. Perfect. Being overlooked isn't a punishment, it's an opportunity. You're in the dark where the pressure grows, where the fire forms, where the noise can't reach. Use it. Don't fight for attention, fight for evolution. You weren't skipped, you were shielded. While they're chasing the spotlight, you're sharpening your edge. Let them have the stage. You're building the system. You're stacking the wins. In one day, you won't be seen, you'll be felt. The job didn't call you back. The partner left. The investor passed. And you thought it was rejection. It wasn't. It was redirection. It was shelter from something you didn't yet see. Protection from a place, a person, a path that couldn't handle your weight. The world said no, not because you weren't enough, but because it wasn't ready for what you're building. So stay hidden, stay working, because your time will come, and when it does, they'll regret missing you. You don't build to spite them, you build to solidify you. Trying to prove them wrong is still giving them power. Your goal isn't revenge, it's realization. It's to become the person you saw when no one else did. That's the real flex, not shouting, "I told you so," but becoming so undeniable, they're forced into silence. You weren't rejected, you were rerouted. You weren't forgotten, you were forging. Keep building, they'll find out soon enough. You want to shock them, then vanish now. Go build, go train, go read, go grind, go evolve. And when you come back, don't explain. Just rise so far above what they remember that they stutter when they say your name. You want to leave a mark, then become unrecognizable. Let them scroll your old photos wondering how you became this. Let them replay your old words and realize they didn't understand you at all. Don't update them, outgrow them. Forget arguments, forget validation, forget trying to be understood. Let your transformation shock them, not with words, not with captions, with presence. You walk in and the room feels different. You speak and the silence deepens. You move and everything around you adjusts. That's the power of silent growth. It doesn't warn, it arrives, and it shakes everything. You don't need to introduce yourself anymore. You built it, you became it, you are it. The reveal isn't your moment to ask for recognition. It's your moment to own the space they once doubted you'd ever enter. Your name doesn't need an explanation. Your presence is the explanation. Let them wonder. Let them ask, when did this happen? Because you don't owe them the process, only the product. Section 7 complete. Continuing immediately with final section. Every time you explain yourself, you give energy to doubt. You give fuel to critics. You drain power from the work. Stop justifying. Stop convincing. Stop debating. The fire doesn't argue, it burns. Let them say you've changed. Let them say you're cold now. Let them say you don't talk anymore. Good, because while they're discussing your silence, you're executing. Isolation sharpens clarity. When you're away from the noise, the confusion dies, the pressure fades, the purpose gets louder. Focus isn't about discipline alone, it's about environment. You need to be where no one's pulling you back. No distractions, no approval seeking, just you and the next step. That's how builders move. They don't need reminders, they need quiet. The dark is where it all begins. The discipline, the power, the edge. You don't train in public, you train in obscurity. You don't become great while being seen. You become great while being seen. You become great while being forgotten. And when it's time, when the world sees the result, they won't understand, because you didn't post the pain. You didn't share the losses. You didn't record the grind. You just showed up, and they'll ask where it came from, but you'll already be gone. Too fast, too focused, too built to break. Let them wonder.